Here is a button. It says delete. You click it and absolutely nothing happens because for about 20 years, a button on its own did nothing. To make it actually do anything, you needed JavaScript, always. Find the element, add an event listener, write a handler, call the right method. Every menu, every modal, every dropdown, every single time. It was just the price of building anything. Well, not anymore. Watch closely because I am about to delete every line of JavaScript on this page and this button still works. Two tiny HTML attributes and this plain button opens a real dialog box all by itself. No script, no listeners, no framework. They are called command and commandfor. Together, they are the Invoker Commands API. And as of the end of 2025, they finally work in every major browser, Chrome, Edge, Firefox, and yes, even Safari, which means the thing you reached for JavaScript to do 1,000 times over, HTML can now simply do all on its own. Open a dialog, close it, toggle a menu, show a popover, all of it declared right there in the markup. So let us pull it apart, how it works, what it quietly kills, and exactly where it stops. First, why this is genuinely a big deal. To appreciate the gift, you have to remember the chore. Think about everything it used to take just to open one little modal. You wrote your button, then you opened a separate script file. You queried the document to find the element. You attached a click listener, and only then, deep inside that handler, did you finally get to call show modal. 4 moving parts, scattered across 2 files, all for a single button. On screen, that is roughly a dozen lines of pure boilerplate. A query, a listener, a callback, a method call, repeated for every interactive control you ever ship. One button is fine. 100 of them is a real maintenance tax, and there is a cost you cannot even see. That button is completely dead until the JavaScript downloads, parses, and executes. On a slow phone, on a flaky connection, your users tap it, and nothing happens for a second or two. They just quietly assume your site is broken. Now multiply that by every dropdown, tooltip, and dialog on the page. You are shipping kilobytes of script plus a whole hydration step just to make your buttons behave the way buttons are supposed to behave. That is a lot of machinery for a click. Here is the new way, and it is almost insultingly simple. One button, 2 attributes. The first one, commandfor, points at the element you want to control using its ID. That is the wiring, done. The second one, command, says what to actually do to it. Set command to show modal, aim commandfor at a dialog, and now clicking that button opens the dialog. The browser reads those 2 attributes and does the rest. That is the entire feature, and there is no script tag anywhere on the page. Put another button inside the dialog with command set to close, and it shuts the dialog right back down. You now have a complete, accessible modal, open and close, both handled, and you have written precisely 0 lines of JavaScript. There is also request close, which politely asks the dialog to close instead of just slamming it shut. It fires a cancel event first, so you can pop a quick confirmation before someone accidentally loses unsaved work. Popovers get their own set of verbs: toggle popover, show popover, and hide popover, paired with the popover attribute on whatever it is you are revealing. Menus, tooltips, little info cards, all of it native. So a drop-down menu collapses down to 1 line. A button with command set to toggle popover. Click to open, click anywhere outside to dismiss, hit escape to close. The browser handles focus, layering, and dismissal completely for free. And just look at the before and after. A dozen lines of imperative script on the left, 2 declarative HTML attributes on the right. Exact same behavior. The whole interaction simply moved up the stack into the markup, and these pieces snap together. A confirmation dialog, an image lightbox, a settings menu, a slide-out drawer, all of it can be built from a few buttons and a couple of attributes with not a single event listener in sight. But the built-in verbs are only half of the story. If the browser does not already have a command for the thing you need, you are completely free to invent your own. Prefix any command with 2 dashes, like -- rotate left, and it instantly becomes a custom command. It is the exact same syntax CSS uses for custom properties, which is a genuinely thoughtful little detail. Now when that button is clicked, the target element receives a command event. You listen for it just once, read the command name straight off the event, and react however you like. Rotate an image, flip a card, anything at all. Yes, that very last piece is a sliver of JavaScript, but notice what just moved. The trigger, the target, the wiring, and all the keyboard support now live in the HTML instead of being buried inside your script, and that is the real unlock for web components. A component author can expose clean, declarative buttons, so the developers using that component never have to wire up an event listener by hand ever again. The component just works straight out of the markup. Now, none of this just fell out of the sky. Invoker commands ride on top of two other platform features that quietly landed first. Number one, the dialog element, a real native modal with a proper backdrop, automatic focus trapping, and escape to close, all built straight into the browser. It even renders in the top layer, always above the rest of the page. This is the thing we used to drag in entire libraries just to fake. Number two, the Popover API. The popover attribute plus popover target, which reached every single major browser all the way back in April 2025. It handles light dismiss and the top layer for you. Invokers simply gave that same idea a cleaner, more general syntax. And popovers come in flavors. Auto closes the very moment you click away. Manual stays open until you explicitly dismiss it yourself. And hint is built for tooltips, the kind that vanish the instant you hover the next thing. One attribute value picks the entire behavior. Pair any of them with CSS Anchor Positioning, and a popover can pin itself directly to its own button. Placement, flipping, and collision handling, all of it living in your CSS. And still, not one single line of JavaScript. And this is not just tidier, it is measurably faster. Every behavior you move out of JavaScript and into HTML is bytes you no longer download, parse, and run. Smaller bundles, a quicker time to interactive, and a button that responds the very instant the markup arrives. There is even one more piece coming over the horizon, interest invokers. A new attribute, interest4, that reveals something the moment you simply hover or focus an element. Perfect for tooltips and rich link previews, but do be careful with that one. It is still experimental and still essentially Chrome only for now. So treat it as a preview of where the web is clearly heading, not as something you ship to real users today. A few things got deferred too. Commands for the details element, the kind that power accordions, were left for a future round of invokers. The very first release stays tightly focused on dialogues and popovers. So where did all of this actually come from? OpenUI and the what ETOBUG, the groups that decide what HTML eventually becomes, pushed hard by browser engineers including GitHub's own Keith Circle and Google's Mason Fried, who championed invokers for years before they finally shipped. It even survived a full-blown identity crisis. These attributes were first proposed as invoke target and invoke action, before everyone finally settled on the cleaner names we use today, command and commandfor. And there is a real philosophy underneath it all. Developers call it shifting the work left, down the stack, pushing behavior out of JavaScript, down into HTML and CSS, where the browser can simply handle it for you. If that idea feels strangely familiar, it should. Libraries like HTMX spent years arguing that plain HTML attributes ought to just do things directly, no JavaScript required. The platform listened, and eventually it agreed and started baking those ideas right in. Now, an honest reality check, because the headline always oversells it. This is absolutely not the end of JavaScript. Invokers do not fetch data, they do not hold your state, and they certainly do not run your business logic. They replace one very specific chore, wiring a button, up to a behavior the browser already knows how to perform. For that one narrow job, they are perfect. For absolutely everything else, your data, your logic, your app, you are still writing real code, but what you get back is genuinely worth it. Less JavaScript to ship, buttons that work before a single byte of script has run, and focus management, keyboard handling, and accessibility roles all wired in for you, for free. So here is the whole thing in one single breath. Command plus commandfor, dialogues, popovers, and your very own custom commands. Two little attributes, quietly doing the job that 100 lines of script used to do. HTML grew up while we were not really paying attention, and a whole lot of buttons just stopped needing JavaScript. If you like understanding the why beneath the what, then subscribe, and I will see you in the very next one.